What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am super excited about today's topic. We're going to go over 8 things that people wish they knew before they moved to Michigan, so stay tuned. So let's jump straight into this. Number 1, that is Michigan's dynamic weather. Now, right now we are in 2023 in the middle of September, and it is 80 degrees today. Absolutely gorgeous, a very light breeze, but not even a week and a half ago, it was like high 50s. So Michigan's weather is all over the place. One day you can be out here like we are now, absolutely gorgeous outside. The very next day, we could have snow on the ground. It has happened so many times, I can't even count how many times it's happened. So Michigan's weather, it's all over the place. So that is one thing that you're definitely gonna wanna know moving here. Now, obviously we have all 4 seasons here in Michigan. So you're gonna have a dynamic spring, you're gonna have a dynamic summer, fall, and winter time. And we have the best and the worst of all 4 seasons. So just be prepared for a wild weather ride here in West Michigan. The next one is lake effect snow. Well, it's not everywhere in the United States. Michigan is one of those states that obviously the Mitten is surrounded by freshwater lakes. Well, coming across the west side of each one of those lakes is what we call lake effect snow during the winter time. So depending on where you live in the state will dictate whether or not you're going to get a lot of that lake effect snow or whether or not you're going to have a mild winter. A lot of the other parts of the country, you're going to need snowstorms in order to have snow, where in Michigan everybody else can be not getting snow in the country and we're getting dumped on a foot. And lake effect snow is really weird. You'll be driving, it'll be cold out, but you'll have this nice sunshine, and then all of a sudden you go into a blizzard. You're in it for like a mile while you're driving down the road, and then all of a sudden it's sunny again. And you can see it coming too. You can see the breaks, and that's because the lake effect snow is like bands going across the lake, and then it comes down inland in bands instead of like an actual snowstorm. So be prepared, because the lake effect snow, depending on where you choose to live, can be in feet of snow. So it gets pretty wild here in Michigan. The next one is Michigan left-hand turns. Ooh, this one's a doozy for people moving here that have never been used to left-hand turns. So this is something unique to Michigan, and honestly, I don't know if it's in other states. So if you guys are watching this and you do have left-hand turns in your state, throw it down in the comment section. I'd love to see if some other states have this. But I personally like this because I have been to states that do not have the Michigan left turn style, and it's hard to figure out where you're supposed to turn. So with the Michigan left, you'll turn right out onto like a 2-lane busy road, and you'll go down a little ways and actually take a left-hand turn to get onto the other side. Where I've been to some other states that it's like, shoot, we missed our turn, you know, and you just keep driving and driving and driving and driving, and there's no left-hand turn to be able to get onto the other road. Not the case here in Michigan. So it actually does work really well that way, because then you're able to get where you need to go a lot easier if you accidentally miss your turn, because chances are there's another Michigan left-hand turn not too far down the road. Next up is the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. If you're not familiar with Michigan, Michigan has 2 peninsulas. We've got the Lower Peninsula, which I'm in here in West Michigan, and then we have the Upper Peninsula, which is basically like almost all open forest land. I mean, there is obviously a lot of stuff up there, but the UP of Michigan is absolutely gorgeous. You have places like Tonquinema Falls, you have the Sioux Locks, like you have so many cool spots up in the Upper Peninsula to go explore. And here in Michigan, it's really cool because you've got so many different places that you can visit and vacation to right here in your home state. Now, it's going to take you from like Grand Rapids area where I'm at, it'll probably take you 6.5 hours just to get up into the Upper Peninsula, and that's because Michigan is so long. So make sure that you put it on your map to go to the Upper Peninsula and check that out. I do plan to go up there and do some videos of the Upper Peninsula for you guys on this channel, so stay tuned for those. The next one, water. Water is everywhere here in Michigan. Michigan has 11,000 inland lakes. That is a ton of water. So if you guys are the lake life and you like the lake life, and maybe you're living in a state that barely has any lakes, do not worry, because Michigan has you covered when it comes to lake life. And Michigan definitely loves its lake life. All of the lake houses here, the lakes are vibrant, the lakes are beautiful communities all around them. There is tons to choose from for the inland lakes, or if you want to be on Lake Michigan or Lake Huron or any of the other big lakes, there is tons of housing to choose from if you want to be on a lake. That means that you have marinas everywhere, you have boats everywhere, so it's absolutely amazing. And the really cool thing is, like, you'll be in suburbia, Michigan, and you'll go to a lake that's just outside of town, and you'll get there and you'll be like, this is right outside of a busy metroplex. Most of these lakes are absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I will definitely be taking you guys to some of them, especially the Croton Hardy Dam area, so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. One last thing on the lakes here in Michigan. Did you know that Lake Michigan has over 1,300 miles of white sandy beaches? So if you're used to the West Coast or the East Coast being out on the ocean and thinking you're going to be missing those white sandy beaches, do not fret, because Michigan has you covered. Moving on to the next one, and that is that Michigan is known as the car capital of the United States. I absolutely love the automotive industry, and the enthusiast scene here in West Michigan is vibrant and bright. You've got cars and coffee. You can go over to Detroit and check out all of the car history over in Detroit. So if you are a car lover, there is a vibrant scene here for you to explore, and there is tons in that community. I do all kinds of stuff in the automotive enthusiast community here in Michigan, and it is ever changing and ever growing. So if you're a car lover, throw it down in the comment section, because I would love to chat with you. So the second to last one is Michigan's lingo. That's right, if you're gonna be a Michigander, then you need to understand that the lingo here is a little bit different than other states. You got stuff like, we are the trolls down here in the Lower Peninsula, and then you've got the Upper Peninsula, and that is the Yoopers. So there is all kinds of different Michigan lingo and different Michigan sayings. I think I'm probably gonna end up doing a video just on all the different Michigan sayings, because I say them, but I was born and raised here, so honestly, I don't really know all of them, because I say them all the time. So I'll have to look it up and let you guys know some of the Michigan words, so that you're not surprised when you get here. And soda and pop debate, it's pop. I'm sorry, it's pop for sure. Okay, now, woo, it is bright out here, guys. Now, before I get to the last one, my name is Kevin Irwin. If you've made it through this far in the video, I am a relocation expert here in the West Michigan area, so do not hesitate to reach out to me. I will make time for you guys, and it's my favorite thing in the world to do, is to help people move to this great state. Now, I'm going to be candid with you guys, because before I started doing all of these videos and showing off West Michigan, I wanted to move out of the state. Before I started working with relocation clients, I wanted to move out of the state. But since I have worked with over 60 people, 60 families that have moved to this great state in the last couple of years, I have fell in love with Michigan. And it is absolutely gorgeous here. I had no idea what kind of a gem of a state we actually lived in, because I've been here my entire life. So helping folks like you move into this area and showing off Michigan and seeing your eyes when I take you to some of these lakes and take you to some of these other areas in Michigan, and your jaws drop, just makes me truly appreciate what we have here in Michigan. Okay, now moving on to the last one. Okay, the last one, and this is by far my favorite one. That is that the seasons. We have the best of all 4 seasons here in Michigan. The fall time, which is what we're getting ready to head into right now. The colors that fall brings on all of the hardwood leaves is unbelievable. It's almost too hard to explain. You have to actually see it to understand it. This year I do plan on going and doing a color tour on this channel. That way you guys can see it for the people that don't live here. But I am telling you, like, it's unbelievable when you go up into Traverse City and into some of these northern parts of the state, just how gorgeous the color is. I'm actually selling a house to a couple that's buying a house on Croton Hardy Pond, which I'm going to be showing you guys in a different episode. That when the house that they're buying, Michigan is very adventurous. Like, people are always out. It's a very outdoorsy area. I mean, I've had people, there's tons of people out on the trail today. Anyways, the house that they're buying, holy cow, I cannot wait to go see that during the fall